In the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 58, Jesus makes a statement that echoes through the halls of history. He declares, "Before Abraham was, I am." This is no casual remark, it is a claim of breathtaking magnitude. Jesus is not merely stating that he existed before Abraham, he is identifying himself with the very name of God. The significance of this statement cannot be overstated. The Jewish audience listening to Jesus understood the weight of his words. They were intimately familiar with the story of Moses and the burning bush. They knew that God had revealed his name to Moses as I am. For Jesus to utter these words was to directly claim divinity. This was not a claim to be made lightly. It was a statement that would have sent shockwaves through the crowd. Some were amazed, others were outraged. The implications were clear. Jesus was declaring himself to be the eternal God, the one who exists outside of time and space. His claim demanded a response. Would they accept him as the Son of God or reject him as a blasphemer? To fully grasp the significance of Jesus' statement, we must journey back to the book of Exodus, a pivotal moment in the history of the Israelites and their relationship with God. In chapter 3, Moses encounters God in the form of a burning bush, a miraculous and awe-inspiring event that marks the beginning of his divine mission. God speaks to Moses, commissioning him to lead the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, a task that would require immense faith and courage. When Moses asks for God's name, God replies, "I am who I am," a profound declaration of his eternal and unchanging nature. He further instructs Moses to tell the Israelites that I am has sent him, establishing his authority and presence among his people. This name, often translated as Yahweh, is a verb form of to be, encapsulating the essence of God's existence. It signifies existence, self-sufficiency and eternality, attributes that set God apart from all creation. Jesus, by declaring before Abraham was I am, intentionally echoes this divine self-revelation, aligning himself with the God of the Old Testament. He is not simply claiming to exist before Abraham, which in itself would be extraordinary. He is identifying himself with the very being of God, the one who is eternally self-existent, the great I am. This audacious claim is central to understanding Jesus' identity and mission, as it places him on equal footing with God. He is not merely a prophet or a teacher, roles that many have assumed throughout history. He is the eternal God breaking into human history, revealing the Father and offering salvation to all who believe, a mission that transcends time and space. The echoes of Exodus reverberate in the words of Jesus, linking the liberation of Israel from Egypt with the greater liberation he offers from sin and death, a deliverance that is both spiritual and eternal. Throughout his ministry, Jesus performed miracles, healed the sick and taught the masses, demonstrating his divine authority and compassion. His crucifixion and resurrection symbolize his ultimate victory over sin and death, fulfilling the promise of salvation for all humanity. The early Christians, inspired by his teachings and resurrection, spread the message of Jesus' divinity and the salvation he offers, transforming the world with their faith. Today, believers continue to find hope and purpose in Jesus' identity as the I Am, the eternal God who entered our world to bring light and life. Reflecting on the enduring significance of Jesus' declaration, we see its profound impact on faith, shaping our understanding of who he is and what he came to accomplish. As a community of believers, we worship and celebrate Jesus' divine identity, recognizing him as the eternal I Am, who offers us a relationship with God and the promise of eternal life. Just as the sunrise heralds a new day, Jesus' declaration as the I Am heralds a new beginning and eternal hope for all who believe in him. The Gospel of John begins with a profound declaration. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Here the Apostle John introduces Jesus as the Word, logos in Greek. This term, logos, carries deep philosophical and theological significance. In Greek philosophy, logos referred to the principle of order and knowledge. John uses this term to convey that Jesus is the ultimate source of all wisdom and understanding. This word is not merely a spoken or written word, it transcends human language and thought. It is the eternal word, the very principle of God's self-expression and creative power. Through this word, God communicates his essence and will to the universe. John goes on to state that all things were made through him, emphasizing the comprehensive scope of Jesus' creative work. And without him was not anything made that was made. This underscores the absolute necessity of Jesus in the act of creation. This clearly identifies Jesus as the agent of creation. He is the divine craftsman, shaping and forming all that exists. He is not a creature, but the Creator himself, the one who brings life and order out of chaos, the one through whom the universe was brought into being. Every star, planet, and living creature owes its existence to him. This understanding of Jesus as the Word and Creator is crucial to grasping his divinity. It sets the foundation for recognizing his authority and power. It reveals that Jesus is not merely a human being who lived a perfect life. His existence and mission are far greater. He is the eternal Son of God, the second person of the Trinity, who has no beginning and no end, the one who has always existed in intimate relationship with the Father. This relationship is characterized by perfect love and unity. The implications of this are staggering. It means that the Creator of the universe chose to enter into his creation. The one who spoke the universe into existence entered into his own creation as a human being. This act of incarnation is a profound mystery and a testament to God's love. He did so to reveal the love of God, to show humanity the depth of divine compassion and grace, to reconcile humanity to himself, bridging the gap caused by sin and restoring the broken relationship between God and man, and to usher in a new creation marked by righteousness and peace. This new creation is a promise of hope and renewal for all who believe in him. Throughout his ministry, Jesus made audacious claims about his relationship with God the Father. In John 10 verse 30, he states unequivocally, "I and the Father are one." This is not a statement of mere similarity or closeness. It is a declaration of profound unity and shared essence. Jesus further emphasizes this unity in John 14 verse 9, where he tells his disciples, "Whoever has seen me has seen the Father." Here, Jesus is not simply claiming to be a perfect reflection of the Father's character. He's asserting that he and the Father are so intimately united that to see Jesus is to see God himself. This profound statement challenges the very core of human understanding of divinity and humanity. It invites believers to see beyond the physical and to grasp the spiritual reality of Jesus' divine nature. These statements, and many others like them, demonstrate that Jesus' relationship with the Father is unique and unparalleled. He is not a separate deity, nor is he merely a human being filled with God's Spirit. He is the eternal Son, the second person of the Trinity, co-equal and co-eternal with the Father. This understanding of Jesus' unity with the Father is essential to Christian faith. It is the foundation upon which our hope of salvation rests. Because Jesus is truly God, he can bridge the gap between a holy God and sinful humanity. He can offer forgiveness, reconciliation, and eternal life to all who believe. This bridging of the gap is not just a theological concept, but a deeply personal and transformative experience for believers. It means that through Jesus, individuals can have a direct and personal relationship with God, experiencing his love, grace, and mercy in their daily lives. Jesus' teachings and miracles further illustrate his divine authority and his mission to reveal the Father to humanity. His parables, such as the prodigal son and the Good Samaritan, reflect the heart of God and his desire for reconciliation and compassion. His miracles, from healing the sick to raising the dead, demonstrate his power over creation and his authority as the Son of God. The ultimate expression of Jesus' unity with the Father is seen in his crucifixion and resurrection. On the cross, Jesus bore the sins of the world, offering himself as the perfect sacrifice to atone for humanity's sins. His resurrection from the dead 3 days later is the ultimate proof of his divine nature and his victory over sin and death. It is through his death and resurrection that believers are offered the hope of eternal life. After his resurrection, Jesus ascended into heaven, where he sits at the right hand of the Father, interceding for believers. This ascension signifies his exaltation and his continued role in the divine plan of salvation. It also assures believers of his return, when he will establish his kingdom in its fullness. The promise of Jesus' return is a central hope for Christians. It is a reminder that the story of salvation is not yet complete, and that Jesus will come again to judge the living and the dead, bringing ultimate justice and restoration to the world. This future hope motivates believers to live faithfully and to share the message of Jesus' love and salvation with others. Jesus' profound unity with God the Father is a cornerstone of Christian belief. It shapes our understanding of who Jesus is and what he has accomplished for humanity. It calls us to a deeper relationship with God, grounded in the knowledge that through Jesus we are invited into the very heart of the divine. This unity is not just a theological concept, but a living reality that transforms lives and offers hope to a broken world.